International Domino Federation was established in September 1992 as a representative organising body for the professional sport of domino. The overall aims of the IDF are to promote the sport of domino at an international level, gain wider recognition for the sport, thereby establishing domino sporting credentials amongst governments and other sporting bodies, organise international, also to raise and encourage sponsorship by improving standards and enhancing the image of the sport, and by promoting the value of supporting grassroots domino events. The competing teams are divided into two zones. Zone 1, Jamaica, Cayman and Canada. Zone 2, England, Bahamas and USA. The opening ceremony begins at 11 AM tomorrow, where players and officials will be formally presented. Preliminary matches will be held each day until Saturday. The grand final will be held poolside Sunday the 18th of April at 10 AM. This evening's reception is sponsored by Jamaica Producers Group. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Charles Johnson, Chairman of Jamaica Producers Group.
Honourable Minister, Mr. Ruby Page, organizer. When people gather to play dominoes, they don't usually eat bananas at those events. So some of you may be wondering why Jamaica Producers, which is has been principally a banana company, is sponsoring. I think then I should tell you a little bit about our company. In 1929, over 6,000 small farmers, banana farmers, came together to form a cooperative and to transport and market bananas in the United Kingdom. Today, we have diversified tremendously, even though we are still doing that main business, shipping and marketing bananas in the United Kingdom. We have two general produce divisions, one dealing with ethnic or exotic tropical produce, some of which are on the table over there. Items such as mangoes, papayas, yams, yellow yams, sweet yams, lucy yams, pumpkins. Also in the UK, we operate ships to the UK, taking these products up there, but bringing back cargo from those countries. Bringing back the products of England and also bringing back our tournament. We can only see it growing from strength to strength. It is our opinion that in the years to come, other sponsors will be trying to push us aside in an effort to really get everybody together. And we can only see teams coming in from Latin America, from other parts of the world where Jamaicans are also there. And we really feel that this is going to be a great event. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I'd now like to introduce the chairman of the International Domino Federation, one of the most respected men in the administration of dominoes, Mr. Lloyd Salmon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Page. Jamaica, Cayman, England, USA, the Bahamas, we greet you in the name of Dominoes. Dominoes, as we know it, in Jamaica, I should say, is a corner shop game. I have been in dominoes for some years. I'm not a good player, mind you, but I've produced one of the best team in the world in dominoes, believe it or not. But I used to play like one here could ever dream of a day like today. That dream was out of sight. I can remember many times Mr. Page phoned me up and he said to me, Lloyd, do you think this thing will take off? I said, Rudy, get on with it. It's got to take off. You've got the idea, you've got the ambition, put it to practice. And I'm glad to be here today as the chairman of this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Domino's is moving from strength to strength. Only last October, I realized the seriousness of Domino's. I spoke to the management of Cayman, as a matter of fact, and I was learned then that his team been going across the United States and beating them up quite regular. That's what he told me anyway. And then I went back to England. I was then in the Bahamas. I went back to England and I told them that we're going to improve on this because Cayman is going to America and beating them up quite regular. Domino's is improving across the other side of the Atlantic, so we better shape up. So what we did, we came to Jamaica and gave them a bit of a battering as well. It was so good that I've actually received from Garver Mead, who was then last year champions, a letter of respect, telling me that because I came and done what I did, they had no less than 32 new students in the class. So it's no fun. It's a serious business. Now tomorrow is the big day. And that big day, ladies and gentlemen, before I forget my respect, I would like you all to congratulate the youngest man in the business, Mr. Rudy Page, for putting on this. And may the best team wins in the best manner. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Salmon. I would now like to introduce the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Dr. Paul Robertson.
Mr. Chairman, officials of the International Domino Federation, sponsors, I'd like to thank you most sincerely for inviting me to this launch this afternoon. It is always exciting to be part of a pioneering event, and no one really could have told me that my first official function as the new Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade of Jamaica would be to launch this event. Indeed, when I agreed to participate in this function, it was with the prospect of being the Member of Parliament for Southeast St. Catherine and perhaps holding my old job. Nonetheless, I'm very pleased that I can be here at this event. Indeed, I was at the first tournament of the tour over in Garver Mead, and I'm very proud that Garver Mead indeed won the Paul Robertson trophy. The future of this game also relates to very serious economic development, because everywhere that Jamaicans go and settle, they take along their food, their cuisine, and it is not long before other people will be eating boiled bananas and the the different kinds of salt things at tournaments and events, and I certainly have a great interest in that aspect of the sport. Man cannot live by bread alone, and certainly it is part of what we look forward to as we develop, have more leisure, and to spend that leisure time in peaceful competition. And therefore, I think we have a lot to be thankful for, that an International Domino Federation has been launched, and that we can now be launching the Domino World Championship here this evening, because I believe that this event can become an important element of the sporting calendar of each year, and one in which we can bring together various communities to have clean competition over dominoes. So I'd like to wish you, Mr. Page, and your executive all that is good. I hope that you will capture the imagination of the world. I hope that you are going to have a good tournament, and that we will have a champion country that can truly be called champion of dominoes. I'm not here going to be parochial. I've heard some rumors about the Jamaican team that they have been limbering up and that they are looking good, but we look forward to that. I hope as well that your stay in Jamaica will be a good one. We certainly look forward to seeing you here in Jamaica again, and certainly look forward to this tournament growing in stature and respect, and really playing its part in putting this sport on the map of the world. Thank you very much, and best of luck.
Mr. Master of Ceremonies, officers and members of all participating teams in this competition, ladies and gentlemen, well-wishers and supporters of each team, on behalf of the Jamaica National Domino team, it's a pleasure to welcome you here and say greetings in the mighty name of Domino. I hope my visiting friends are having a good time, enjoying all the hospitality that have been given to you. I can promise you that you'll enjoy everything apart from the teams that are going to play the Jamaican team. I have heard a lot of talk from former speakers. I'm not here to make any threats. One thing I have to say to all teams that will face Jamaica, terrible times ahead.
On behalf of Deno and Geddes and Dragon Stout, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone here to Jamaica and to the Oceana Hotel. I think this is a very auspicious occasion for dominoes, and I'm very pleased to see the representation from the numbers of countries from which you come. I think there are about 5 countries represented, and I think this is indeed a very auspicious occasion, and I'm looking forward to the growth of this. Domino's, of course, has provided the cheapest form of entertainment for many from all walks of life. From here in Jamaica, very deep rural, to the hills of Upper St. Andrew. And we have people playing dominoes from the little corner shops under street lamp to the exclusive lounges of very private clubs. Not only is the game of domino cheaper than many other forms of entertainment, but it has provided the only entertainment for many of our rural male folk in particular, and some very adventurous females who could cope with the less than genteel sort of environment in which domino playing took place. The game requires as much or even more concentration and good memory than any other form of officially recognized competitive sport, and domino deserves its place among these. On behalf of Dragon Stout and Deno and Geddes, I wish you a very successful and enjoyable tournament, and hope that you will have from it maximum satisfaction.